It's the end of the weekend and there's a few leftover bits and bobs in the news tray to dish up to you guys before we start afresh come Monday. I'm Ollie Wilson for GPFans and this is the news in Formula 1 this Sunday. Jacques Villeneuve is weighing in on the reasons behind Lewis Hamilton's silence since that final race of the season, and Mick Schumacher reveals what gets him really falling in love with Formula 1 after just one season at the top end of motorsport. Hit subscribe down below to stay up to date with all of the content we produce here at the channel, but now let's get into the Sunday headlines. So once more everyone is weighing in on Lewis Hamilton's silence after losing the Drivers' World Championship last season, with former Formula 1 World Champion Jacques Villeneuve saying the British driver's silence is an indication of him trying to distance himself from Toto Wolff, following the Mercedes team principal's behaviour in the closing stages of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Okay Jacques, this is a new one. Villeneuve is basically calling the Austrian Wolff a bad loser, given the messages to Michael Masi during the final few laps of last year's final race of the season, as Max Verstappen's last lap overtake in surprising circumstances to say the least gave the Dutchman his first world title. Rumours and speculation is rife all over the F1 back pages as Hamilton stays silent on the ending to last season, aside from his immediate reaction to the race talking to Jenson Button. And it seems everyone in the sport is having their say on what Hamilton's almost vow of silence means. Many believe it's to do with his potential retirement due to his disillusionment with the sport, but now a new line of thinking has been brought up by Villeneuve. Speaking to the Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy, the Canadian driver said, "I interpret his silence as a way of distancing himself from Wolff. You can lose in style. Instead, Toto behaved like someone who plays Monopoly, but because he's losing, he throws it all upside down. For me, Wolff has damaged his image, and Hamilton is sensitive on this issue because he is thinking about his future in America, perhaps in Hollywood." Very interesting and a very new line of thinking indeed. Villeneuve also feels Hamilton will be weighing up whether it is worth the effort of returning to land what would be an outright record 8th World Championship. It depends on how good the new Mercedes is, whether it will be easy to win or not, added Villeneuve. If, on the other hand, it gets complicated. Lewis is also a bit tired. He had quiet seasons after Nico Rosberg's retirement, and he certainly doesn't want to live a year like the last. He thought he could easily break records, and that wasn't the case. And then when you lose a title like that, it's as if you had a diamond in your hand and then it's taken away from you. It hurts much, much more than if Verstappen had led the whole race. These are definitely new thoughts in this speculation around Hamilton's future in Formula 1, and it would be amazing to think that such a determined winner and a man who seemed to love and relish the competition time and time again would step away from the sport if an 8th world title was too difficult in Formula 1's new era in 2022. But that, it seems, is what the Canadian is trying to imply. Elsewhere, a Mick Schumacher has said that the invention in Formula 1 is one of the main reasons he's fallen in love with the sport after just a year in the premier class of motorsport. The Haas rookie had a promising year in a pitiful car in 2021, outperforming his teammate Nikita Mazepin time and time again. And now he hopes to kick into his second season as Haas look to try to compete with the middle of the pack after switching early last season to focus on developing their car for 2022. Asked in an end-of-season interview with GPFans if his acclaim from fans and pundits gave him confidence at the beginning of his career, Schumacher replied, "It was definitely a boost. I can only say thank you for the people that say those things because it means a lot. It means also that they notice what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm not doing it for anybody but myself. I'm racing because I love racing. I love being here and I love working with great people and great minds as well. It's such an invention. So many things get invented in here. Like, there's a lot of build-up with new creations or new minds to how you approach, let's say, the T-tray or gearboxes or whatever. Just so much stuff happening, and that's something which I'm really interested in. To sum it up, I love this sport." So Mick feels right at home in Formula 1, but what are Haas's prospects for next season? Will the young German driver improve on his rookie year? And will he and Haas finally get some points on the board in 2022. Let us know in the comments section below, have you got any new ideas regarding Lewis Hamilton's future that perhaps go against the grain to what we've been hearing so far? Let us know in the comments section. Get in contact with us on Twitter and Instagram at GPFansGlobal. GPFans.com is where to find the website, and of course hit subscribe down below to stay up to date with all the content we produce here at the channel.